Will now be recorded.
taking years of an experience, and currently I'm working in one of the organizations, MNC, and I have done the seven end-to-end implementations. I have a network experience with SAP, PS, PPM, CPM, and the CEO models. Right. So this is my basic introductions. So I would request from your end if you could tell me what exactly your background.
So I'm Asma and I'm based out of Bangalore. I work in Siemens Technologies in Bangalore and total years of experience I have 18 years.
Okay.
Currently I'm working as a senior scrum master, but I have got an offer from Siemens itself to move into SAP CPM module. So that
CPM.
CPM, yeah,
Okay.
commercial project management. That's an internal job openings was there which I applied for,
Okay.
and they took the basic interview and basic ways they took me,
Okay.
but they have given this 6 months of duration where I have to pick up and start working into SAP PS and CPM module.
Okay, that's
So
great. You wanted to learn for the CPM, but the base model would be the PS
yes,
model only.
yes, 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 yes. That I know, but CPM hardly anyone has these trainings, right? Uh,
In market, we have a very bit less trainers for the SAP PS along with the CPM and PPM.
Correct, but that job openings was only for CPM module,
Okay.
and they gave me this offer which I don't want to reject it. Now it's a
Okay.
challenge to me. Like another 6 months, I'll have to work on that. Um, so that's why I'm looking forward for this. Even if I understand PS module, like I will, along with my colleagues and all those things, I will slowly grasp the CPM module also. Or you suggest me, this is my scenario, what should I do the best?
Okay. No, see, whatever you're saying is correct, but the PS is a base model, okay? And CPM is also you cannot learn the alone. Why? Because of the finance parts and everything that is fine. But apart from that, there is some technical things also into that. So there is called another model called a BWIP. Okay. So the BWIP has
BWP.
to install into that so that your financial plannings and everything should be done from the BWIP only.
Mm-hmm.
Normal CPM, if you installed and if you are doing the financial plannings and each and everything, that is an okay, no issue. But if they're
Mm-hmm.
going beyond on that, so like the forecast, okay, there are a lot of type of forecast KPIs, okay, and if they wanted to fetch the data from the other model, say like you might be working for the new process or a PLMs kind of things, okay. So in that, what they will happen, like they will fetch the all the material planning details and each and everything. Apart from that, any other sort of any plannings they will fetch. From that, they will do the all the cost plannings, and then they will submit the your bid plannings and each and everything. So your BOQ, everything has to be the do from the back end itself, right? So I don't know
Mm.
what exactly your scenario, but
No.
yeah, the majority of the CPM models is like they install the BWIP. You can cross check with your organizations. Okay, so you might be know whether they have installed this BWIP or not.
Okay, that I will check whether to install the BWIP. But what I know is forecast and all, everything is there. So even currently the features and all what, but see, functional consultant, they take the things and whatever the changes according to the Siemens requirements, now they are giving it to the development team. So this is what I have seen. That
No, no, no. Development team will do based on the requirements. The requirement you have to take it from the from your organizations, okay, and you have to write the functional specs for that.
yes,
FS.
yes, yes, yes. That
Right?
that I know that functional consultant or SAP functional consultant have to write a FS document and forecast and
Yes.
all is there. So forecast and all those topics are there. Those financials and all those things are there.
Okay. No issue. So you can check further on that. No issue. But the base model would be for the PPM and CPM. PS is must because in CPM
Hmm.
also you have to integrate with the PS only.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So without PS you cannot do. The CPM itself is only for the planning sake. Okay. Rest of other things has to done from the PS model only.
Hmm. Yes.
Correct. So CPM can be treated only for the bid stage, and after that, whatever the process is going on during that time for reporting point of view, for forecasting point of view, ETC calculations, ESCs, along with any other requirements if you have, say like resource requirements and all, then that can be mapped into that. But on background, everything is depend on your PS model only.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, we'll go today's sessions and later on you can decide. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So today's agenda was what is actually the S4 HANA EPPM, okay, and what are the projects and what are the project types we have, and integration with the other modules, how many types of project structures we have, what is the cost planning, what is the revenue plannings, what are the different methods for that, which method you have to acquire based on your business requirements or the project requirements, what is the budget plannings, what is the period ending plannings and the closings, and there are some basic reports which we have, okay, that we're going to discuss today. That is the today's agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, what is this EPPM? Okay, S4 HANA EPPM, Next Generation Business Suite. EPPM is a one sort of a business suite. Okay, so what is this business suite? If you try to install this EPPM, okay, business suite, under this you have a five different models. So first is your PS project systems, then you have a PPM portfolio and project management. Then third is CPM commercial project management. Okay. Fourth is innovation management. Fifth is in the CPA connectors. So if you wanted to integrate with any third party, say like a Primavera or a MS Projects or any other ERP in terms of your project management tools, then you have to need that connectors, okay, to real-time data synchronizations. So these are the five different models is into your EPPM. So whenever you taking the license of this EPPM, you will get all these five models. Okay. Apart from that, only the EPC you have to pay the extra licenses for that. So instead of that, if you might be taking a CPI and other nowadays we have available connectors, so that only you have to pay the licenses. That too, if you have any third-party integration. Otherwise, it is not required. Okay. Now, after that, once you acquire, now you have to decide like whether you have to go with the on-premises editions or a cloud editions. On-premises means the server, okay, whatever the server you're going to take for the S4 HANA, it has to be the your company only. So company only, the your basis team and security teams, other teams will going to maintain those servers. Okay, that is called an on-premises edition. So whenever you try to install the all the models, not only for this EPPM, there is a simple finance or a logistics. Okay, all these models will be installed into the one server, and that server will be taken care by the your organizations only. Okay. Now, if you talk about the S4 HANA cloud editions, so there is a two different cloud editions. One is a public, another one is a private cloud editions. So as per the your business requirement, you have to consider whether you wanted to go with the public editions or a private editions. So if it is in a public edition, there is a limited scope of whatever the changes you wanted to do. So suppose like you want to do some enhancements, right? So those kind of an enhancement is not cannot be defined by you only, and it has to done by the SAP. So they have a very limited scope to do the any kind of changes. Only basic configurations only you can do. Apart from that, if you want to do the any other things, say like the enhancements and all, system won't allow you for that. Means it will allow, you have to pay the extra licenses and extra consulting note to the SAP. Now there is a third type which is called a private cloud. So if you're going with the private cloud, then you have a full things like whatever the configurations along with the any enhancements you want to do, that is up to you. You can do that. Only server will be taken care by the your SAP. Okay. Rest all everything you will be managed by the your end only. So any doubt on this present slide?
No.
Okay. Okay, so whenever we talk about the project systems, okay, so there is a two types of this. Okay, one is called a financial control, another one is called a logistical control. So financial controls means whatever the project relevant financial activities, that will be also part of your project finance control. Okay, and there is an project logistics controls. Okay, logistics means all your activities like a procurement, purchase requisitions, or a purchase orders, or maybe any plant maintenance, or a PP production plannings, or maybe any any asset under constructions kind of a things, or maybe any sales order you wanted to create. Everything can be managed from the your PS itself. Okay, so you can create a purchase requisitions, or a purchase orders, or a goods receipt, or you can deliver the goods, or you can procure the goods project specific. Okay, and it can be also created as some project specific any production relevant activities, or a any plant maintenance relevant activity that can be managed directly from the project logistical controls. So whenever you try to implement, so by default, this project financial controls and the project logistical control, both will be by default, it will get activated. And depending upon the what type of you have taken care for those licenses and all, as per the your requirement, it will be automatically get activated. Okay, and based on that you will get the all the Fury application in S4 HANA. We have to deal everything from the Fury application. Only background configurations you have to do from the sorry, your GUI. Okay, rest all each and everything you have to manage from the front end, that is nothing but the Fury applications. Okay, all your master data, business transactional data, okay, everything you have to manage from the Fury applications only. Okay. So, why the project management is required for that? Okay. So, sorry, why SAP PS model is required? So, have you done the any R&D for this SAP PS models? Do you have any basic knowledge on the SAP PS model?
Yes, so like as like project systems, right? It's all about the projects, wherein large organizations. So it has some structure, work breakdown structure, network activity. So all that management, all that everything is done by this SAP PS module.
Okay, correct. So SAP PS is a project management tool. Okay, in layman terms, if I'm going to tell the project management, like whatever you're going to do, like your scope managements. Okay,
Mm.
under that you do the cost managements, revenue managements. Okay, budget controllings, your WBS structural management, schedulings managements. Okay, all the resource managements, document managements, everything as a common functionality is available in the SAP PS models. So it is nothing but a project management tool. Okay, so in this you're going to do the all sort of in a planning, along with you do the actuals. So I say like for suppose maybe you want to do the some any cost planning for the some particularly some production relevant activities. Okay, the planning has been done and you procure the some sort of a materials. Okay, and also you have consumed those metal against to those WBSs. Okay, the system will show you, okay, for this you procure the this much of an raw materials, and the procurement, after the procurement you might be do the some other activities, putting into the warehouse and all, then later on you consume those materials. So system will tell you, okay, this is the your overall cost, and whatever that you are going to sell from this project, that is also you're going to show you, right? So for that reason, so if you go to the Primavera, I'm not sure whether you work for the Primavera or MS projects. There it is only you can do the basic sort of a structural plannings and the cost relevant plannings and all. But in SAP, we have an extra functionalities. Say like we can do the plannings as well as we can post the actuals. Okay, and also you can also control from those from the your budget point of view. So whatever the budget you're going to do, system will check. Okay, this much of a budget of this WBS. And then apart from that, if you try to book the any extra cost into that, system will hard stop you, or it will give you a warning message like you do not have a sufficient budget into this particular WBS or a particular project. So you cannot able to proceed further this transaction. It can be anything like any procurement or maybe any JV postings, or it can be anything like any plant maintenance or a production orders. Like we have a multiple things we have as per the business requirement. So system will keep on check, and apart from that, it will also give you edge like period ending process. Okay, it will also tell you the what is the project cash management and all. So nutshell, like it is a project management tool where you can do the project plannings as well as the actual postings, and you can do the monitoring and controllings. And later on, once the period ending process has been done, so you can close the one of the networks or a WBSS like that. Okay, that is the one, the advantage. And the second is that it can be integrated with the other models. In SAP we have a different models like a PP, MM, HR. Okay, your FICO, MM, SD, like various models we have. As per the your business requirement, you can tightly integrated with this SAP PS models. So main is your SAP PS. Under that, other models will be integrated with that. So whatever the transaction they try to do against this SAP WBSS or a network activity, system will automatically capture those costs as well as the revenue. Right. So based on that, you can do the further activities and you can control based on that. Apart from that, if you wanted to integrate with the any third party, say like a MS projects or a Primavera, that is also system will give you, and you can integrate with that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a one sort of a business example. For suppose this is a one sort of any construction industries kind of things. So this is my higher level of a WBSS. Okay, under that I might have a different structure for that. So I'll use this engineering, planning, okay, purchasing, productions, assembly. This kind of a WBSS is a level 2 WBSS which I am given. Under that I'm going to keep a different networks and network activities and a network activity elements. We're going to discuss what is this networks, network activity and network activity elements. Okay, and you can do the all kind of a relationship between these. Okay, so once you've done the relationship between this, the system will give you one sort of an okay, when the my project could be start and when the my project could be end. Okay, based on all my integration modules and each and everything, system will tell you. Also there might be here you going to link some of the objects, say like a milestones or maybe any production orders or maybe plant maintenance orders, whatever orders you have, or any internal orders. So once you link on this network activity, system will also capture this plant cost. So in nutshell, like whenever I'm going to run a report, so system will give me, okay, this is my plant cost and this is my plant revenue, like that. And according that, you can ask the stakeholders like I needed this much of a budget. So according that, the budget will be get distributed. So whatever the you done the planning, so they're going to give you this much of a budget. And once you given those much of a budget, then you can release the projects and you can start the execution on that. Apart from this, you can integrate, as I said, you can link with the any document management systems. Okay, if it is small document, then you can attach. Otherwise, if you have a huge document, say like some other CAD relevant documents and all, then there is separate model called a DMS. Okay, that is also directly you can integrate. But if it is small KB kind of a thing, directly you can put that. Okay, and whatever the resource planning you try to do, okay, based on that, they once they book their timesheets against any of these WBSS or maybe these networks or a network activity elements, and the actual cost will be automatically accumulated into this network activities and summarizations of this any one of this WSS. So total, if you run this report, system will say you, okay, under this engineering, I have this much of a network activities, and this is my planned cost, and this is my actual cost. Okay, so like this is just an example, but in real time, there are a lot of things like you have a capex kind of any projects, you have a opex kind of any projects, and you have a customer billable kind of any projects. So if it is a capex kind of a projects, that means like any one of these WBSs, okay, you're going to create a one asset that will be called as an asset under constructions. And once the cost has been accumulated from these network activities or a WBSs, that will be rolled up to the header level and you're going to settle into that. Later on, that asset will be converted as a fixed asset. Once that constructions or maybe any what I can say like um, any some type of turbines or whatever it may be you constructing from that, okay, so that will be treated as in your asset under constructions, okay. Later on, it can be converted as from asset under construction to the fixed assets. Okay, that is your capex kind of a projects. Then there is an operational project. For suppose like already you build some sort of an machineries or maybe you already build some sort of an real estate object, say like something, and that an operational cost for you. That operational cost also can be captured. Similarly, this is an example of your customer billable projects. Okay, so this one of the customer billable projects. So you're going to construct the any sort of those finished goods. Okay, that finished goods will be delivered. Okay, under this billable kind of an projects, you have a different type of other processes. Okay, so that may be a fixed billing process. Okay, there may be timesheet based billing process or maybe the milestone billing process. So those milestones also you can integrate from this until and unless you're not going to confirm those milestones, system won't allow the sales team to raise a bill to the customer. Okay, at the same time, if there is a very shortage of your resources and all, from this SAP PS model you can generate a sales order. From that you can also raise the billing. Okay, those kind of an automations also we have only. So the configuration we have to do with the sales team, and then you can do that. Similarly, you can also do the procurement process. Okay, as I said here, so directly you can attach the any bomb component. Okay, so it can be semi-finished goods or a finished goods or any raw material. So once you done the MRPs and each and everything, so it will explore those bomb, and based on the system will automatically create a purchase requisitions. The purchase requisition further will be converted as a purchase orders, right? So like this, we have a lot of scenarios as per the your business requirement. You can do those kind of things. Now these are the some of the key functionalities which I just now said. The structures. Okay, so as per the business requirement, you can create the structures. So under the one projects, you can go up to 10,000 plus WBSS. Okay, and under the one WBSS, you can go up to 9999 network activities. Okay, you can do the schedulings. Okay, you can do the project planning board, which is also called a project Gantt chart. You can do the project cost planning. You can do the project revenue plannings. You can do the forecastings. Okay, you can do the financial data. You can do the budget plannings, and these are the some system informations also we have. So apart from this, okay, you can do the material managements. Like as I said, you can create a purchase requisitions or a purchase orders or a goods receipts or a goods reservations. You can do the project cash managements. You can do the project based resource managements. Okay, it can be human resources or it can be machineries. Okay, then you can do the controllings. You can do the period ending process. We'll discuss what is this period ending process. Okay, then we have a different workflows. Okay, so whenever you do any structural level changes or creation any changes or a time schedulings or whatever this, or maybe a cash management or metal management, system will notify to the respective partners. Okay, so those partners either they have to take an action, whether they have to approve it or put on a hold or maybe cancel or reject. Those kind of workflows can be triggered. So as per that, you can take the decision further, and you can also do the investment managements. Okay. So this is a typically one sort of an project system structural plannings. Okay, this is a one of the project. So the header level is called as an project. Okay, sorry. Okay, the header level is called a project definition. So what is this project definition? Project definition is a framework for the all the object. All the objects means all your WBSS, networks, network activities, all your BOM components, all your cost, okay, cost templates, okay. Apart from that, any milestones, these are the called as an project objects. Apart from that, there is an a project elements, okay. Those elements is nothing but your company codes, plant code, what type of project currency you're using, profit centers, all these also come under the project elements. So whenever you're going to create a one project definitions, under that you have to define what is kind of a project this is, okay, whether it's a capex, opex, or any billable kind of a projects, what kind of a company code you are going to work, what is that, all will be treated under this. Under that you're going to create a WBSS structures, okay, as per your requirements. As I said, like you can go up to 10,000 plus WBSS, okay, under the one single projects, okay. And these WBSS, you have a different sort of an organization elements. So for suppose maybe in this one of the WBSS, I'm going to create a India based company code and the India based plant codes and each and everything. But maybe the next level assembly kind of a things I want to do in the Germany, okay. So there the company code, plant code, profit center will be different. So that kind of a flexibilities we have as per the your business requirement. You can segregate those WBS structures, navigate that, and you can create those kind of things. It can be automate process or it can be manual process as per your business requirement. You can do. Under that you have a networks. Sorry, under that you're going to create a networks and network activities. So what exactly these networks? So network is basically used further if I want to do the segregations of my cost plan. For suppose in header level WBSs I given 1 million of my cost, but I don't know what is that 1 million cost, okay. So instead of that I can create those networks and network activities, and I can tell, okay, my resource cost is this much, okay, my production cost is this much, other traveling cost is this much, like that you can segregate and you can tell them, right. So these kind of information can be do. Apart from that we can also do the scheduling purpose. So if I want to do the any schedulings, okay, so I can create a different network activities. We're going to discuss what is the different network activities we have, okay. Under that we're going to define the different network set of activities, okay. And under that you can do the relationship between these networks, say like finish to start, start to finish, like we have a multiple relationship we have, and you can create those relationships. Based on that, system will give you that what is my finance project start or end date, okay. Apart from that, as I said, you can also do the material plannings. You can integrate it with the material plannings or a production plannings or a plant maintenance from these network activities. You can create a purchase acquisitions or a purchase orders from these network activities also, okay. But you cannot perform the any revenue planning from this. Revenue plannings can be done only from the WBS, okay. Also the budgeting controls can be happen from the WBS only, but it can be managed from this. So whatever the budget you're going to put on this the header level WBS, from that it's going to control, right. Any questions from till now?
Yeah, but then you, if you can just slow down your pace, I'm
Oh,
grasping a few things.
sorry,
So
please tell me.
no, no, till now it's fine, but maybe when if you once you start the classes, that time a
Okay,
bit,
okay.
if you can slow
Yeah,
down. I know
yeah.
you are in the flow and you know the things very well, but for me to digest it slowly, I need to get into the things.
Okay, okay, yeah.
For example, till now I understood only the one which you said, right? That bomb and that also I know, but then I need to little relate, like as you
BOM
said, that
is nothing but a
happened
bill
and
of
then
material.
uh,
BOM is nothing but a bill
bill
of
of
material.
material. Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
So for suppose if I wanted to manufacture any say like a turbine, okay. So under the
Hmm.
turbine they might have a different assembly level it has to go, right.
Hmm. Means
So for that we going to
different
create a
assembly level
different
means.
set of BOM, right. Under that there may be some Hava materials or maybe any semi-finished good material. Under the semi-finished goods materials maybe I have a different set of raw metals for that, right?
Mm.
So those things, if I wanted to procure each and everything, I cannot keep it in the one shot, right? Because that kind of in a bomb, if I'm going to put into that, so that bomb can be utilized multiple times. Correct,
O-
no?
Okay.
So if I wanted to manufacture any turbine or maybe something like any motor, so motor need multiple raw materials, right? Your
Mm.
shaft,
Right.
bearings, right? Apart from that, the electrical components, right? So these are the components we have. So for suppose like one project I have created already, maybe similar kind of a project just came. So multiple time I cannot created these many raw materials, say like a thousands of materials I have. Those thousands of materials I cannot upload it or manually I cannot attach to these networks or network activities, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So what I'll going to do, I'll create a one bomb, okay? That bomb I'll going to attach directly from this network activities, okay? So when I'll going to run the mrp means metal requisition plannings. So
Mm-hmm.
when I run the mrp, system will check, okay, for manufacturing this turbine, say like 10 quantities I required, the finished goods. For creating the 10 quantities of motor, I might require some thousands of raw materials,
Mm.
and
Right.
those thousands of raw materials I am not getting into any one of my WBSS.
Why?
Right. Why means that there is a no stock. System will
Oh.
check, no? If I want to do the production for this,
Uh,
so system will check first. If I'm going to run the MRP, metal requisition planning, that is the
okay.
what does that mean, right? MRP means
Correct.
system
Uh-huh.
will check whether you have a sufficient stock or not.
Stock or not. Okay. So
Yeah.
if we
If you
don't
do
have
not,
sufficient stock,
yes, if you do not have a insufficient stock or maybe there are parcel stock is there, system won't create any purchase requisitions for that.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
Right. At the simultaneously, they will also create a one plan order. The
Mm.
plan order will be further converted as in a productions orders. Okay.
Okay.
So once I'm going to convert the productions orders, if I wanted to consume those raw materials, I should be having to one of my project, right?
Yeah.
So if it is not, the system won't allow you to create any production orders for that. So first system will check, okay, you have a insufficient for these raw materials. System will automatically create a purchase requisitions. Once the purchase requisition has been done, it will go to the purchase order department. They will create a purchase orders, because sometimes what happen, maybe your vendor may be different. If vendor is common, then automatically you can create a purchase orders. But if the vendor is different, then in that case you have to create a purchase requisitions. But for 1,000 metal, I am not going to create a multiple times of purchase requisitions. No? So I will
Mm.
think like it should be created automatically. So with the MRP, you going to create a automatically purchase requisitions.
Okay.
Then it will go to the other purchase department. They will check each and everything, vendor finalizations, everything has been done. Then they will create a purchase order. They will issue the purchase order to those vendors as per the use schedule agreement. Say like within a 1 year you have to deliver this much of a materials and all, right? So
Yeah.
once they deliver those metal against to the project stock only, it will not go to the plant stock. There is a different type of a stock again, plant stock and project stock. So it will come to this particular WBSS, and the against to that raw metals will be there. So once you converted that plan order to the productions orders, then system will check, okay, I have this much of an raw materials, okay, so system will take from those raw material from one of these WBSs. Apart from that, maybe you're going to utilize some sort of a resources, right? So it is a human resources. Apart from that, any other resources, say like maybe cranes or any equipments and all, that is also you have to taking there some cost, right?
Yeah.
So all those costs will be converted into one finished goods. So say like initially my cost was a 1 million, but later on it came to the 1.2 million. And when I'm going to sell to the customer, it may be 1.5 million.
Okay.
So like that assessments also we can do.
Mm. But still, with that finished materials, I have to first produce a product and then I will be selling it, right?
Yeah, you're going to sell, but that is a different kind of anything. As I said, no customer projects is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe capex kind of a projects where you're going to create assets for your own organization on it, which you're not going to sell,
Right. Yeah.
right? So it depend on that. If you wanted to sell the any customer specific, then you might have some agreement with that. Okay, within a time span of this 1 year, I'm going to deliver you this much of a finished good to you. Okay, that cost may be slightly vary. That kind of if an agreement, that is fine. If you do not have that kind of an agreement and they said okay, within this period you have to deliver this much of your raw materials along with this much of finished goods on a semi-finished, then you have to deliver those things. So you have to adjust those costs and each and everything. That further we have a further you have to do the cost planning for that, right?
Mm.
So those kind of a things also we have in upcoming slides. Okay.
Okay. Okay. But what I understood from bill of material is like, you don't have to, like, for thousands of materials, you at once put in that bill of material and then um, you utilize it that way.
Utilize it multiple time you can utilize, because this is not only
Mm.
for the one type of projects, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can be utilized to the multiple projects.
Okay. Got it.
For suppose like I'm just giving an example, maybe you are manufacturing your laptops, right? That
Mm.
laptops can be a multiple things,
Yeah.
right? So variant, different variant, I'm going to create a different type of any bombs, and according that wherever it is required, I'll put that bomb against to those projects. And as per the customer requirement, I'll do the some minor changes into that, and I'll going to develop those material, okay, the finished goods material, and I'm going to deliver to the customer.
Mm. Okay.
So this is a basic some S4 HANA project system Fury. Okay, so Fury apps. So again, as you can see, it will going to show you these kind of things. Okay, and this is a project structure relevant reports. Okay, later on we're going to show you what is my cost and each and everything, revenue planning, cost planning, budget planning. Those kind of reports also we have, and based on that you will get this kind of some bar charts and pie charts kind of reports also. So this is only just for the structural level plannings, but in upcoming slides we're going to show you what is the cost base and revenue base and budget base and all, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So these are the some basic terminologies which I have just explained to you. Okay,
Mm.
project system terminologies like project definitions. Okay,
Mm.
second thing is that I want to just explain you. There is a two type of a structure. Okay, one is an operative structure, another one is in a standard structure. So operative structures in terms of whatever the actual cost, okay, along with the planning you can do into the operational structures. So that can be created your WBSS networks and network activities in each and everything. But when we talk about the standard structure, there you can create a templates for that. In the templates, you're going to create a project structures. Apart from that, you can do the schedulings, resource planning, cost planning, revenue plannings, material plannings, and each and everything. So wherever this structure is required, apart from this cost planning, you can just simply call those templates, and system will automatically create you operative structures. Okay, in the operating structure, minor changes if you want to do some structural level changes or maybe cost level changes, that is also possible. Once everything is done, your stakeholder has been approved for those structures along with those costs and revenue plannings and budgets and each and everything. Then you release that structure, and you can utilize those things for the further process, so that you can track the actual cost against to those WBSs or network activities.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apart
Maybe
from that,
we don't need to go through the entire syllabus now.
yes,
Um,
I'm just actually telling you all these terminologies and each and everything because this is a demo class only, no?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
when we go to actual our theoretical class along with the practical sessions, then you will try to understand.
Sure, yeah. So some basic questions like
Yeah, please.
what will be the timings of these classes?
See, I'm available on a morning like an 8 to 10.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Currently, this 1 week time actually, and
Hmm.
or maybe evening also we can do. Evening maybe 7
I
to 8.
also prefer mornings, but I
Morning
will.
7 is also okay for me.
No, 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 not 7 because I have kids. Once my kids goes out of the house for the school,
Mm-hmm.
8:30. So I'm available by 8:30 to 9:30, something like that. Is it fine?
No issue. We can do that.
Or evenings? What time you say? Or
Evening,
is
see,
it possible 11? No, 11 o'clock will not be.
no,
11 to
actually
12 is also very good for
my
me.
timings will start from the 10:30 to 11. Okay, till up to 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before like 11, I'm okay. 9 to 11, or maybe if you're okay with the 8:30, that is also fine for me.
Okay.
8:30 or 9 to 10:30, that is, I think, a best time.
9:30 to 10:30.
No, 9 to 10:30, I think it will take 1 to 1.5 hours. Sometime it will take
1
one and
to
a half hours, sometimes it
correct.
will take higher, right? So
Okay.
9 to 10 or maybe 10:30, that will be, I think, good timing.
Okay. That's about mornings. Evenings, if
Evening, maybe 8 or 8:30.
in the evening. Okay.
Yeah,
So I will also think through this. I'll come back on the timings.
yeah.
Yeah, and how will be the sessions? Like these sessions will be, you will also take through the server and
Yes, we'll give you the server for 3 months access. Okay.
hmm,
So we'll teach you for all the theoretical classes along with the practical sessions. So
okay.
initially, like in a half an hour to 15 minutes theoretical sessions, then it'll go to the practical. Like I'll do the configuration each and everything. Okay. And the same thing I would expect you to do those kind of configurations or different type of scenarios for that. And if you have any issues or maybe you're not getting, then you can ask those questions. Okay, we'll resolve those questions and we'll proceed further. So I would prefer the alternate days because 1 day classes will be going to happen. No, so you'll get
Hmm,
at least 1 day time to practice.
hmm, okay. So in a week, how many like alternate days means
3 days,
three
three to
days.
four days.
3 days, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three to
that's,
four.
that's a good thing. Like if we do alternate days, it will be better.
Because you will get also time to practice, and if you have any questions, you can ask those questions.
So yeah, Tuesday we will start with Tuesday, Thursday, and something Saturday. Is it fine that way?
Saturday I won't prefer, but if it is required, then we'll do. But I would prefer from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Huh? I was thinking the other 3 days. Okay, let's then do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll confirm you
No issue.
the timings and on the days.
No issue. Yeah, you
And
can you can also check with the Naveen. Okay, he will guide
sure,
you.
sure. I will talk to Naveen. Yes. And the other thing is like as you know, right? My scenario situation is they have put me in the CPM module. So mostly that along with this theory, along with this knowledge, I will mostly require the integrations. Like this is PS module. This how it integrates with different modules because
That
that's
will going to
also
show
very
you.
important for me.
Yeah, that will show
Yes.
you we have a 5 different phases. So initial phases, okay, will be the planning phase. 2 phases is a planning phase, like
Huh.
structural plannings and each and everything. Then we have a cost planning, revenue plannings, budget plannings, and each and everything. Then from the third, we have a budgets and all. From after that, we have a something like executions.
Hmm.
Okay, then we do the project period ending and closings. Okay, in between, when we come to the executions and the planning stage, there are a lot of models like an SD, PP, and These are the integrations with that. So that
Mm.
will also want to show you.
Okay. Because you know, right,
Basic
from first of
CPM will
December.
show you. Basic CPM, if you have a time, then we'll see like how it can be accommodated. But I can show you basic thing like what exactly the CPM, how it going to work, the very high level, right?
Yeah. Because from 1st of December, I am into this CPM project, and 6 months is really crucial for me. So that's one thing to be
Hmm.
in this project.
No issue.
Then,
We'll check how
yeah,
it will work. Yeah.
how it will work. Yeah, we will check how best it will work. And I don't want like hurry up and finishing all the things. Let
But
it
no,
go.
even I have also the same thing. Like, no, some people will say, okay, I know all those things, so could you please wrap up earlier? So I will say basic things you start. If you know the complete knowledge of how this SAP is going to work, then it's better for you to take it to any kind of any scenarios.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, if
That's
I'm
what
going to teach you very hurry, like 10, 15 days, then that won't work.
no, no. I also don't want because
Initially,
see,
people, yeah, initially people will think, okay, okay, this is only just a WBSS or networks and network activities, and later on, when they goes going further, no, they will realize, okay, we have this much of any depth we need to study. So that's the reason. No, I will say it will take you at least say 30 to 40, 30 to 35 hours. So you can consider at least a 1.5 month time.
mm. Yeah, sure. So I was thinking at least 2 months of time, but you're saying 1.5 months.
Ah,
That's good. Because see, what will happen is I have this work, I will have this house thing, and there are lots of things that are going on at my side also. And if I hurry burry and just for doing, I don't want to. Like how much ever percentage I get, I should have that basics right. Then later on, once I get into this project and after 6 months they want to continue me, then it is like, I will on the project some or the other time I will learn only. But if
correct,
basics are not right, then nowhere it will go.
correct, correct.
Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
I asked about timings, days, and duration is 1.5 months to 2 months.
Hmm.
What did you say? BIW something I have to check in with my team, no?
BWIP.
BWIP, right? I will check with.
BWIP is a one sort of a search engine. Okay. So in
Mm,
that, whatever the you material cost, right? Apart from that, there is other type of cost like your traveling cost, okay, other
mm,
relevant expenses cost. Each and everything will be put against to that. So from that, whenever you try to do the any sort of an cost plannings, right? Here
mm,
I'll show you in projects based cost planning. Like in PS, we have a cost plannings, okay, but
mm,
that cost plannings sometimes the people will say if it is in a like a ECP kind of any projects and all, sometimes that may not be work for them because there are a lot of things like if you go to the new production organization or a process industries, they have a different type of any cost plannings.
mm,
So SAP has given a five different type of any cost plannings. Sometimes it may work to them, sometimes it may not work to them. In details, if they wanted to go further in each and everything, then that will open you some sort of an Excel kind of a sheet, okay, where they have written a lot of formulas and each and everything. As per that, system will calculate the cost sheets and it will show you, okay, to procuring these raw materials, okay, or the production of these kind of an equipment, you need a this much of an a cost,
mm,
right? Sometimes, as I said, no, the material can be procured from the various countries, assemblies can be happen various things, right? So there are different type of an cost plannings and the formulas and each and everything. So SAP has given you some sort of cost planning in PS models. So some organization feel like, okay, whatever the SAP has given, this is the initial level I can use it, but further I have a different sort of formulas. So those formulas, based on those formulas, SAP cannot work on that. Everything you have some limitation for that, right? But if you go to
Okay.
the Excel kind of things where you can write a different set of formulas.
Hmm.
So those kind of tools SAP was developed. So for that you require this BWIP. If you have a simple kind of things like in a cost plannings, I'll show you whatever the PS cost plannings you have, same type of cost plannings also available in CPM. If
Mm-hmm.
that is a fulfilling your requirement, then you doesn't require BWIP. But
Okay.
if you have a huge calculations into for that and you fetching the data from the the HANA itself only, okay. So what it will go, whatever the material level cost plannings or any other cost plannings you have been made. So instead of fetching from that module specific, it will go to the HANA database itself. From HANA database, it will pick that plan cost,
Hmm.
right? So some sort of kind of search engine they have developed. So for that we required a specific BWIP consultant for that, because
Mm-hmm.
initial level he has to do the all loadings and each and everything. He will write some scripts, each and everything, that because you will say okay, these models or sorry, these metals and each and everything you have to fetch from this, they you have to write some piece of logic for that, right? So he will not write a piece of logic, he will write some scriptings. So once the scripting has been done, once you pick that particular material, it will show you okay, for this is a wear out cost, this is a other cost, these are thing. And if you're procuring this kind of a material, so for this particular period this is the cost, after this particular period this is the cost, after this period this is the cost, from which period to which period you want to do the costings.
Okay.
So those kind of things we have like very advanced level cost plannings you want to do, then that can be done from this BWIP.
Okay. Let me come back on that.
Yeah, you can check. Yeah. So these
Okay.
are the some basic functionality for the WBSS. Okay,
Hmm.
like you can do the schedulings. Okay, basic schedulings. Okay, actual dates. Okay, forecastings that you can do from this WBS. Okay, then you can do the cost plannings and revenue plannings against to the WBSS. Okay, you
Hmm.
can do the budget plannings against to WBSS. Okay, you do the commitment process. All your purchase acquisitions or purchase orders can be created directly from WBSS or manually. Okay, you do the payment data. Okay, all your debits, credits. Okay, and based on that you can trigger the milestones in each and everything. And you do the period ending process. So what is the period ending process? Every project is a temporary cost and revenue collectors, right? And also every project has a start and end date, and we going to invest a lot of money against to these projects.
Hmm.
So every time you have to do the tracking for that, right? Monitoring and controllings. So at the end of this, you do the all sort of calculations. So there may be some overheads cost. Okay. Also you have some process cost. Okay. There may be some interest cost. Okay. All these will be come under your perioding process. Once the particular WBSS has been completed, you can close the WBSS,
Hmm.
not the entire project, but particular WBSS you can close it. And later on, once the entire project has been done, then you can close the project. But before closing the project, you should also accumulate those costs to settle somewhere else, because this is temporary cost and revenue collectors, right? So
Yeah.
there are other things like there may be a further any WBSS you can create, and there you can settle, or any GL account base you can settle, or you can settle to some other cost of just maybe a sales orders, or maybe any finished goods kind of things, or maybe COPA. Okay, these kind of other CO objects we have. So as per the your business requirement, you can settle those costs against to that. If it is in a capex kind of projects, we have to settle against to AUC. If it's a billable projects, it is depend on the your cost where you wanted to settle it. Mostly it is in a COPA, but some organization they will settle to the WBSS as well as the GL accounts also, or maybe cost centers. So that is up to the them how they want to proceed, right? Then we have a networks and network activities. So we have a as I said, like networks basically used for the further classifications of my cost plannings as well as the scheduling plannings. So I have a four different network activities. Okay, one is called the internal activities. So here I can do the work kind of an activities. So what is work? I can do the resource plannings. Okay, so based on my availability of the resources, it can be human resources or maybe any machinery kind of things that can be I am linking with those resources against to the this internal activities. Okay, and based on this I'll do the schedulings, because based on my resource plannings availability of that I can do my schedulings, and from that I'll get the cost. Okay, so whatever the per hour cost for those resources, that will get this from this internal activities. Similarly, if I want to do the any procurement, so I going to procure either can internal or maybe an external from the vendor, right? And I can also do the some sort of an services also. So it can be internal services or maybe an external service, maybe resources I don't have, so those resources can be acquired from the market. It can be an internal or it can be an external. Similarly, I have a general cost activities. So if I want to track the any stationary expenses, or maybe any travel relevant expenses, or maybe any learning kind of license kind of any things, so that I can plan and track from this cost or a general cost activities. Apart from this, I can also link with the milestones. I have a different sort of milestones. One is the billing milestones, another one is the project milestones. Okay, how much work has been completed and or how much milestones has been achieved. So milestone is nothing but a one of the event. Once that event has been occurred, so I can take it the any actions. Either it can be billing milestones or it can be any progressive milestones and all. Similarly, I can link with the material. It can be raw materials, or it can be any semi-finished goods materials, or it can be any finished goods material, like that. So these raw materials and each and everything I am going to link, okay, against to these network activities. I can do that, and also I can do the period and process. Okay, but here I cannot do the any revenue plannings, as well as the I cannot do the any budget plannings. Okay, so without WBSS also I can create these networks and network activities, especially if I have any capex kind of any projects where no revenue or budget planning is not required. Okay, then I can use this sort of network activities. So as I said, like under the one WBSS, you can go up to double line network activities. Under the one project, you can go maximum 10,000 WBSS, but under the one WBSS, you can go up to 9999 network activities. Okay, so these are the basic some sort of methods we have a cost plannings. So one is called a hierarchical based cost plannings. It is based on your past experiences. Okay, so you're going to put the individual WBSs as this is my planned cost. Okay, as you can see, this is a 40,000 I have given, 20,000 I have given. So cumulative of those things, it is showing me a 7 lakhs for that approx cost for this. So like this, each and every WBSs you can do. Either it can do from the top to down approach or a bottom up approach. So if you do the bottom up approach, all the level 3 or level 4, it will be roll up to the header level and all it will going to show you like this. Okay, it can be done on the annual basis as well as the overall basis. It cannot be done on the periodic wise. Similarly, here is another sort of a cost planning. Here we have a different type of a GL specific. So for suppose like if I want to do the any cost planning, suppose like it can be travel expenses relevant GLs. It can be anything like a license specific GLs, or it can be any material specific GLs. Those specific GLs I am going to tag against to these WBSS. Okay, and based on that I am going to do the my cost plannings. So these two are the manual basis. Okay, so you from Excel also you can do and you can upload from this. Now we talk about the unit based cost plannings. So unit based cost planning is for a group of materials or a group of services. When I am going to take those group of materials or a one particular material, system will automatically calculate my cost. Okay, whatever the cost plannings you have been made against to those particular material, okay, with respect to those period, system will automatically fetch from this unit based cost planning whenever you try to put this object. Okay, it can be a material or it can be any services. System will automatically get calculated from that. So it can also be performed on an annual basis or a overall basis. Now we have a easy cost plannings. Okay. So what is this easy cost planning? Easy cost planning is also similar kind of a unit based cost planning, but you can create here some sort of a templates. So the template can be used multiple times. So wherever that respective cost planning is required, based on those template, you can fetch those templates attached to against to any WBSS or those network activity. System will automatically calculate all the your cost. Okay, and from that you can create any purchase requisitions or a purchase orders or a goods receipts or a goods reservation from this easy cost plannings. But in this hierarchical based cost plannings or a data level cost planning or unit based cost planning, you cannot create any purchase requisition or a purchase orders or any goods reservations like that. But in this planning, easy cost planning, you can do that. Similarly, the cost planning for the network activities, which I just now said, the four different type of cost plannings we have. As for the your business requirement, you're going to integrate with those cost plannings, and you can use that. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubt for till now?
No.
Okay.
So, but
Then we
then
have
we again
yes,
repeated in our regular classes, right?
yes, yes. This all will going to repeat.
Okay.
This is very high level which I am just trying to telling you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
But
methods of revenue plannings. We have a three different type of revenue plannings. So this is called an again the hierarchical based. Okay, or a
yeah, you
manual
don't
planning.
need to complete everything now. Like you're one by one just like I
Sorry.
understand that maybe we can't we should it's okay it's
Okay.
not like we are finishing all the things right now.
Sure, sure. No issue.
Yeah.
No issue. So
But
you can.
one question, if suppose I'm still thinking, if suppose after this 1.5 months or 2 months of classes, um, certification and all, will it be like that easy or I heard like it's pretty like one can complete the certifications also, right?
Yeah, you can
Not
complete the
mandatory
certification.
that they have told in my office. That's not mandatory. But if I do it because I got this new opportunity, right? That's why I'm thinking.
I would say ki, don't go for the certification at this point. At least you complete 1 year into the this program, and later on, no, you will get a lot of exposure for those things. I think I'm not sure whether it is an implementation kind of a projects or
Mm-hmm.
any support project. So once you gain some
This is an
knowledge,
implementation project, yeah.
yeah. So once you gain some knowledge, right? After that, you can go for the certifications.
Okay.
At least a 1 year, after 1 year that will be advisable, but it's up to you. If it is a necessary, you can go it. Otherwise, I would suggest like you can go after 1 year, at least 1 year. You do at least one end-to-end project. Okay,
Okay.
any rollout kind of a projects or maybe any implementations kind of things, then you'll understand.
Okay. Got it. And in this December time, I want to utilize my this December holidays also. Is that any plan? So if we start from November, December, so 2 months are there.
Correct. No, I don't have any plans to go. I've
Okay.
already just, yeah, recently I just came from Germany.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Fine, then I will inform Naveen how things we can take it further
sure,
about
sure.
time and rest of
So
the
you
thing.
are in Siemens, which healthcare or the productions?
No, Siemens Technologies, Bangalore.
Oh, Siemens Technologies. Okay.
Yeah, not in healthcare.
Okay.
Yeah, my assignment will start from 1st of December.
1st of December. Okay.
Yeah.
No issue. So you
So
can
as you
discuss.
know, right, integration, and for me also to discuss what are my office challenges, those integration things, that also I need some kind of a support from you. Um,
Yeah, during the discussion itself only means whenever we want to start those planning, right? Without
mm,
integration discussions, we cannot proceed further. I want to show you what is this integrations and all, and
mm,
then only we're going to do this. Otherwise, no, it is not possible.
okay. Yeah. And as I said, take take it slowly for me as I am a little bit new in this. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
I
to
understand.
rush
I
the
understand.
things, and but yeah, slowly but steadily get into this field.
Yeah, that's what it is an alternate days class, right? So whenever you have any doubts,
Yeah, that's
so
good. At least it's alternate days class.
otherwise, no, if you're in the hurry, then I don't know, it'll create all the mess. Then
Yeah.
uh, you will come up then again the same questions. You will not going to understand because initial level it is a very easy to understand. Later on, when we go to the cost plannings, revenue plannings, with respect to integration with the FI models, MMSD,
Mm-hmm.
PP, no, people get a lot of confusion for that.
Correct, correct. See, I completely agree, because when I started researching, I started learning from different YouTubes and different resources. I found it okay. It's easily understandable, all that WBS network and all those things, and I was thinking I can do it by myself itself.
Hmm.
But as you said, later on, when it's in integration, when it is something which is in depth, that time.
It is very much tightly integrating with the FICO because nowadays in SAP terminologies we call a FinPS. Okay, whenever I am taking the interviews, so I take the FinPS. I should means the resource should know at least if it is a 5 6 years of an experience, he should also basic knowledge of finance model.
Mhm.
Okay. At the same time, also we'll ask a lot of question for the logisticals, like say like how you going to trigger the bomb, how you going to create a purchase efficiency of purchase orders, what are the configurations, how you going to create a automation for this, how you going to generate a billings, automatic billings from the project itself. So those kind of things, no, it has to be the link with finance as well as the other logistical models.
Understood. Sure, then.
No
Thank you so
issue. So yeah.
much.
Have a good day, and you can tell to the means you can discuss with the Naveen and come back with whatever the plans you have.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.